if you are not called an anti-Semite and you are not called all different ugly words by this genocidal Israeli government, know that you are on the wrong side of history. This government has no limits at smearing whoever objects to its genocide, whoever shows signs of objection to its genocide. Borrell is very late and light with his call to impose sanctions on Smotrich, who actually has admitted that he's a fascist. It's all over the internet, all over searches. He self-admitted fascist. And then you have the convicted terrorist turned minister of security for the state of Israel, blasting about it's morally okay to kill 2 million Palestinian people in Gaza. And these people have the audacity, with the U.S. support and U.S. money and U.S. weaponry, the audacity to actually challenge whoever dares to criticize their way. And I believe that this is not, they do not depend just on their positions in the governments, as a lot of media outlets would like to picture it. They depend mainly on Israeli supremacist, genocidal, social values that accept and promotes and encourage such statements. If you look back in history, many of the genocidal regimes shied from explicitly talking about genocide, even while they were committing those genocides. Some of them were even worse than what the genocide Israel is committing in Gaza. But in case of Israel, it is erased to show how much, as a politician, you are willing to go, how far you are willing to go to spill children's blood. How far are you willing to go to kill so that your people, your Jewish Israeli Zionist society would accept you? And this is the core of the problem, because Israel as a society lives by different standards from the rest of the world. Maybe the world is taking too long to realize this, but one day the world will realize this. And if you think that South Africa's appetite was something wrong with the social values among white people, then, well, you have to open this box and see exactly how rotten those social values in Israeli societies are. And that's what encourages people like Smotrich, Ben-Gvir, and many others, even in the Netanyahu's own party,
Dimitri, but let me
actually talk about and promote genocide.
Forgive me for interrupting you, but, you know, yes, we're seeing a lot of things going on now with the EU seems to be reacting now. The EU's top director, Joseph Borrell, has said that the EU is considering imposing sanctions on Israel. First of all, what do you think those sanctions could be? Will they be implemented, or is this just Joseph Borrell saying, "Look, we are doing something"?
Well, I believe that this is part of a cumulative effort by people around the world, especially politicians, who can no longer, even though it's too late, but can no longer accept the genocide, the rhetoric that promotes the genocide coming out of Israel, especially among elected politicians that, according to polls, will be re-elected as well. So this is part of cumulative effort. I don't think that there is one single step. As long as the United States of America is the driving force behind Israeli genocide in Gaza, and it keeps on politically protected and provided with all the weaponry and financial support, I don't think that any other country has the power by itself, on its own, to reverse that course. But this is part of cumulative effort that is done, whether it was by South Africa at the ICJ, whether it was by countries that recognize in the state of Palestine, by the EU imposing sanctions, hopefully by individual states that should also follow suit and impose sanctions also. We're talking about international associations like the FIFA and others also must move to impose sanctions on the state of Israel for the genocide it's committing. Yes, this is 10 months since the beginning of this genocide. Yes, it's been 76 years since the overall genocide and dispossession of the Palestinian people, but it's better late than never, and I believe that Borrell's statement on this issue is a step in the right direction. We hope that many others will follow suit.
Yes, indeed. We hope so, indeed. We'll have to leave it there, sadly. As always, a pleasure talking to you, Fatah reformist, Democratic faction spokesperson Dimitri Diliani. Thanks again for your time.
Thanks for having me.